There are so many people moving in and out. Texas has become just a Dallas area has become a mecca of people moving in and out. And I recently thought about, oh, moving, it's a four-letter word, yuck. I've done it many times and it's been quite a challenge, but it's especially challenging with our population of kids. So I started thinking, what are some things I can recommend or help out to think about in a move? Because moving is emotional, it's challenging, it's a major, major, major life transition. And as difficult as it is on us, as it is on our kids. So moving can encompass so many components because when you move, you might be changing schools. That's a huge issue. Not only changing a house, but changing the educational environment. So you may be changing every place your child goes. And if that's happening, you need to even do a lot more preparation work. But just in terms of the house move, what I always recommend doing is kind of creating a subtle introduction to that environment. So if you can go by and show them the house, walk through the house, take photos of the house, maybe create a book on my new house and who will have this room and who will have that room, and maybe compare this room is the same as this room in this house. You can do multiple things. It really depends on your child and what makes them feel the most secure. So my advice to you is make the transition slow and methodical and as predictable as you can. Not introducing that child to the house and just showing up at the house can be extremely challenging, especially when you're doing something like moving from state to state. That's a huge, huge challenge. So you may not be able to go visit that house multiple times, but you might be able to go take pictures or have the real estate agent go in and take multiple photos and send them to you. With the computer age, we can do so much, and you can create a story about the new house. So that I think it's critical that you make that process happen. If you don't, you're going to see a lot of tension in your child because all of that predictability has gone out the door and they don't know that environment. So try to have that process happen. And also, amongst the chaos of packaging up your own home, try to create some degree of stability for your child. If they have a certain blanket they like, a certain game, things that provide comfort, make sure you keep those things available and that you pack those up last and maybe pack those with the child. Whatever security you can provide, please do that. Remember, food can be a huge issue. So make sure you have the appropriate things they need. If they're not going to have consistency in their home environment, maybe having predictability with their items and with their food and with their culture and their daily schedule will be helpful. So these are just some things to think about. I'd also have your child present and maybe, if they have the ability, help you with the packing process so they know where it's going and they can write on the box and maybe draw a picture and say, that's these toys, these are the things that go in my closet. I would have them own in the process as much as they can so that they feel they have some control over what's going on. Remember, our kiddos are oftentimes controlling because they don't like unpredictability. So they control things to help give them security. So as much as you can, think about those things that are making you upset and stressed. They're probably happening with your child. So see if you can create a therapeutic process and really talk to your therapist. They will give you huge insights into some of those keys and ways on working with those things. I would not recommend dismantling their entire schedule. They need that predictability. So as you're moving or doing that, make sure they're coming to the therapies, that they have the support